YouTube, it's your boy Anthony, and today I'm bringing you guys my top 3 bulking tips. If you are looking to put on some serious size, I'm gonna give you my top 3 tips to add mass, volume, and overall just muscle development to your body. So we're gonna hop straight into it, give you my top 3 tips, and let's go. Alright guys, so tip number 1 is that you have got to eat more. It's honestly really simple. If you're looking to put on size, you have got to eat a lot of food. Putting it very basically, it's just calories in versus calories out. You have got to be in a caloric surplus. You should almost feel like, in a way, you're almost force feeding yourself with the amount of food that you're going to be eating. So some ways to make it easier to get a substantial amount of calories in is to, number 1, eat foods that are higher in calories but less in volume. I'm not telling you to go out and eat McDonald's all day. What I'm telling you is to find whole foods that are higher in calories, maybe higher in fat, that are gonna give you the calories that you need but aren't gonna fill you up completely. So just a couple foods that are higher in calories, higher in fat, as I said earlier, is oils. Pro tip is to use oils in all your food. They are very high in fat and high in calories. So as you see here, we got extra virgin olive oil, and this is very high in fat, high in calories. I like to drizzle this either on any of my meals or actually cook with it to add just a couple extra calories to every meal. Another thing that you can do is to use fattier slices of meats. So instead of eating chicken breast, tuna, cod, tilapia all day, eat meats that are fattier cuts. So instead of eating chicken breast, what you can do is grab some chicken thighs, grab some ground beef, grab some steak. It's gonna be very high in calories for the amount of size or the portion that you're eating. So right now I'm gonna give you an example of a meal that I like to eat for breakfast every day. It's high in carbs, fat, and protein, and especially high in calories. I like to start all of my mornings with a bowl of oatmeal. This is gonna fill you up for the rest of the day and definitely give you a whole bunch of calories that you need. Things that I always add to my bowl of oats is a banana and peanut butter. These are both very high in calories, which is gonna add to your oats, and it's not that filling. So in this bowl of oatmeal, there's gonna be a whole bunch of calories that you could easily squeeze in. You don't need to do this, but a little secret, you wanna make your oats taste really good? Walden Farms pancake syrup, yo, 0 calories makes it So guys, this is my breakfast every single morning. You have eggs right here, and you have the oats. Bunch of calories, bunch of fat, bunch of carbs, and a bunch of protein. Definitely something you should add in your diet if you don't have it already. That is my tip number 1. Is to make sure you're eating enough food to really put on size. Once you get your diet in check, that is when you're gonna see the most results the quickest. My bulking tip number 2 is that you're gonna wanna track everything. In order to make sure that you're making consistent progress, you wanna track everything that you're doing. So 2 main things that you're gonna wanna track: your macros as far as calories that you're consuming, and your weight. So for tracking my macros, I use an app called MyFitnessPal. On there, you can add any foods that you're consuming, and you pretty much just add it to your diary, and at the end of the day, it gives you a calorie count or a calorie goal that you want to shoot for. So when bulking, as I said, you want to be in a caloric surplus. So a good idea of an amount of calories that you want to be consuming is about 3,000 calories just starting off. This is for the average male body. This will definitely make sure that you're in a caloric surplus. And if you're eating 3,000 calories, as I said, the second thing you want to track is your weight. So if you see that you're putting on way too much weight too fast, you definitely want to drop it down. Or if you see that you're not putting on enough weight, you want to increase the amount of calories that you're consuming. So I would say if you're not putting weight on fast enough, you want to increase it by 200 to 300 calories. And if you're putting on too much weight, which is most likely going to end up being fat, you want to drop it down by 200 to 300 calories and see how your weight fluctuates. The second thing that you're going to want to track is your weight. So I do this every single morning. I step on the scale on an empty stomach and see what I'm weighing at. So you might see that your weight fluctuates day to day. You're going to see that one day you might be a lot heavier, but another day, say the next day, you might be a lot lighter. This is most likely because of water weight. Your body naturally fluctuates, so don't get in your mind that, oh, I'm like 2 pounds lighter, I'm not bulking enough. No, just take it easy. What you want to shoot for is you want to be adding about half a pound every single week, or in a month, adding about 2 pounds to your body. So you definitely want to weigh yourself to make sure that you're putting on weight at a timely basis. That is my bulking tip number 2, is to track everything, make sure you're logging it. And right now we're gonna go hit a workout. We have legs, and I'm gonna bring you guys along and give you my bulking tip number 3. All right guys, my third bulking tip is that if you're already in a caloric surplus, you wanna take advantage of it and try and push a lot heavier weights inside of the gym. Since you're holding more mass on your body, it's a lot easier to push heavier weights. So all your major power movements such as squat, bench, and deadlift, you wanna really hammer on them to hit as much possible weight as possible. Lifting heavier weights, what it's gonna do is gonna really force the muscle to grow. Because you're putting a lot of strain on the muscle that you won't be doing lifting lighter weights, your body is pretty much forced to grow. So the ideal range when you're lifting heavy weights would be anywhere from about 6 to 8 reps at a moderately to very heavy weight that you can do and perform safely. So right now, I'm gonna train some legs in the home gym. And first thing I'm gonna do is warm up the legs. I can't stress this enough, how important it is to warm up before doing any exercises. So usually what I do for warm-ups is I usually go on a treadmill or bicycle or elliptical or whatever form of cardio just to get the body moving and get the blood flowing, your body temperature higher. And then I'll move into my actual warm-ups, doing stretches and actually warming up with the weight itself.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws.
Alright, so warm up is done. Now we're gonna move on to some heavy squats. I like to start all of my training sessions with at least one power movement, and today it's legs, so we're gonna do squats. So we're gonna really push the weight, really force those leg muscles to grow. A lot of people make excuses on leg days, which could be valid excuses, but a lot of people love to skip leg day. We don't do that around here. We gonna go ahead and kill it.
Yeah, what's good, bro? You popping out tonight? You playing the crib? I know you probably staying in the crib.
Say no more, you already know.
Pop out.
I'm on my way.
Never stop, never settle. I got Henny all in my cup. I'm on top, I'm on the level, yeah. I'm tryna get to the back. Got it on lock, got it on smash, yeah. She tryna holler what's up. I'm with this how it is, yeah. When you on your way up.
I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Yo, some gushers in the crusher. Now that's a head buster. Yeah, she bad, but I don't trust her. Probably think I'm gon' cuff her, but
You ever push so hard on squats that you start seeing stars after each set? I'm completely drenched in sweat just from squats. It's killing me right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do to build those legs. So I'm done with squats. I'm gonna move on to more accessory movements now. Okay, so that's the leg workout completed. Wasn't too bad, but we definitely feeling it, especially in those hamstrings and those glutes. I'm definitely gonna feel the DOMs tomorrow or the day after. But that's tip number 3. Remember to really push yourself during training, and when you're bulking, try and lift the heaviest amount of weight as possible and really push it. So guys, those are my top 3 bulking tips. Definitely use these tips if you're looking to put on some size and some muscle. And if you enjoyed the video, consider hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. There's definitely new content coming soon.